Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. NFC fans just came off in terms of the game against PSG, and now we're going to look at a pre-match review of the game coming up against Newcastle in the League Cup. So, torches. In Champions League exit to PSG, it is now opportunity for us to get our first silverware under the slot regime. Really good opportunity against Newcastle. A challenge on Sunday because I feel we are starting to see fatigue set in amongst our squad or amongst our key players. Obviously, we've got injuries to Trent now, which keeps him out of the game. Bradley's obviously out of the game. And we're seeing signs of fatigue with players like Gravenberch, with Konate cramping up in the game, and he's touch and go, I think, for the game as well. In terms of Salah, in terms of even Jota, I felt just didn't look right. Gakpo coming back from injury, and substitution in the PSG game, but again, he looked like he was a bit off it. So Bosley being run to the ground. McAllister looks a man fatigued, as well as the fact he doesn't have a lot of pace. So, whereas maybe a few weeks ago would have been, Liverpool's a banker, it's more of a challenge. I think coming off the back of the game against PSG, hopefully our players will really take this opportunity to say, look, heads up, let's really go again. And really sort of get that slot first trophy into the cabinet and look towards brighter things with the league coming up. And not kind of like, oh God, lost to PSG and we're finding it hard to really, get ourselves going against a Newcastle team who are going to be very, very hungry. Very hungry, gonna want this. Newcastle irritate the most of the times. Their coaches irritate me. So really, they're going to be up for this. They haven't got Gordon, we know that, but Isak's back, and hopefully a player that we intend to purchase in the summer if we can get the deal done, which would be very, very nice. I think as a striker that I would be more than happy to replace Nunes, especially when I feel now as a Nunes supporter, it's time for Nunes to go. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but I am. It's time for Nunes to go. It's just not working, is it? Really look forward to the game. I'm hoping we see the better version of ourselves we haven't seen so far in the last sort of, I would say 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We just look a bit tired. I know once we get through this, then the players will get a chance to have a little rest, I believe, before the next league game. It'll be a couple of weeks, so they'll be refreshed. So they just need to get this game out of the way. If I'm looking at the starting lineup for the Newcastle game, I'm looking at obviously Alisson. Would it be nice to give Kelleher a chance? It would be. I just don't think Klopp's going to do that. Obviously, Alisson's been playing great, but I was for a sentimental kind of thing. Maybe give this poor guy a chance, but no sentiment, I suppose, in football. Left back. Is it going to be Robert? Is it going to be Tsimikas? I feel because Robbo's had a long, hard game in the Champions League, I kind of feel we need to start with Tsimikas. I do. Yeah, I think Tsimikas. I'll be surprised if he goes Robbo. I kind of feel Robbo's tiring as well, but it's possible. Obviously, Virgil, just poor guy, doesn't get a break. I'm hoping once we get through this, he'll get a chance to have a red. With Gomez injured, he's not getting an opportunity to rest. This guy is unbelievable. And how he does it, how he plays every game, I really don't know with a cruciate knee ligament only a few years ago. I just don't get it. I don't. He's just colossus. He is, really is. Hopefully Konate will be back. Obviously, if Konate is not back from injury, then we Kwanzaa. If Konate is back from the cramping up, then I would expect it to be Kwanzaa on the right. And to be honest with you, and I didn't mention that in the last video, Kwanzaa, I felt, had a good game against PSG when he came on, which was very interesting. He hit the post as well. I didn't talk about that. He hit the post. They said it was offside, but it wouldn't have been if he actually gone to VAR. It would have been onside. And he had another opportunity as well. So he does a good defensive block. He did, but he did pretty well when he came on. And I more than happy for him to be a right back if that needs to be the case for the game. Others have talked about Endo starting. I kind of feel this a cup final. I kind of don't think you could play Endo starting. Coach could surprise me, but I don't expect it. I expect it to be Gravenberch. I think with a big pitch of Wembley, again, we'll take this guy through the ringer. I think it's got to be Szoboszlai. But I do have a feeling we may risk Maka. I think this is straining Maka more than anyone. I kind of feel like we may see an Elliott starting. With the coach feeling that Elliott hasn't played enough, I just got this funny feeling we may see Elliott starting in this game. Which is fair enough. I think Jones had that opportunity. Jones didn't play so well against PSG, and I thought that was the case. So I feel it will be an Elliott in midfield, but I'm open to surprises. Gakpo is coming back, but again, I worry that because Gakpo is coming back from injury, the coach won't want to frame in for the full game. So it will be Diaz again. And I've got a feeling this time we may see Nunes, a player who likes playing against Newcastle, a player who needs his heads up from the game, a player who missed the penalty, whose morale's probably low, although he says move forward. Yeah, I think we're going to see Nunes. And Salah's obviously, I think if the coach wanted to drop him, I think he would see him walk out the squad. So obviously Salah, and that will be the starting lineup. I feel that should do a job against Newcastle. However, a Newcastle team who have their strong midfield back, Joe Linton's back. So I see the midfield as a dog challenge, a challenge that we're going to have to really be up for. Without Gordon, they will have opportunity to have Willock in there. Or Harvey Barnes, I think it is. So I think that's the two options that will be on that side without Gordon, who's been suspended for the game. But look, a great day out. I really want to soak up the sort of build up to it. It's been a funny week. It's a week where the upset with the PSG kind of draining. However, look, when you do content, it doesn't matter if you win, draw, or lose. It's about talking about the game, talking about your team, and stiff upper lip. You can't win everything, and we've come from a period of time where we weren't winning things. We didn't win the league for how many years, etc., etc. So it is nice to have an opportunity to have Liverpool challenging Champions League, Liverpool challenging for the League Cup or the FA Cup or the league. It's great. And if at times we don't get there, we were still in the talk, in the conversation. We were up for it. We were there. It was not like, we had a poor season, we lost in the first rounds, etc., etc., etc. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'm hoping we have a win, and I can really enjoy that and celebrate and see the start of Slop's evolution. Because I don't feel we're going to stop here. I feel once we get this done and we get to the transfer window, we'll start to see Slop's little tinkering with the team. It may be some decisions we don't like, and we're going to have to be ready for that. He may decide to make some decisions that will go away from players that we like, but we have to trust in the coach to make the right decisions. And I'm willing to give him that trust because he's shown so far. Others are criticising him for the PSG, but I'm thinking to myself, he set the team up, and what I saw at times was players that just look tired. Now, you're going to blame the coach for that. Actually, I'll blame the fact that we've played some games against teams that we should have just destroyed in the first half, and we didn't. And a coach couldn't make decisions, and he couldn't rest players. Simple as that. It is what it is. That's not the coach's fault. And I'm quite very happy the coach. I don't feel he's made many mistakes. Obviously not been perfect, but I feel that that PSG result was not the coach's fault. I don't feel so. I mean, there's decisions that I would have changed, like Nunes starting, etc. But I don't feel it's the coach's fault. So there you go. So look forward to the game. Let me know what your starting lineup will be. Let me know any points that you think will be of interest in terms of the game. Hopefully, we see Liverpool win. I'm going with a 2-0 win against Newcastle. Let me know what you feel. Just click on notification, like and subscribe. And again, on the road to 100 subscribers. So please, if you haven't subscribed yet, just click on subscribe. It doesn't hurt. Just click on that notification bell, click on subscribe. And when I do content, at least you know about it. And I hope to, share more content with you going forward. Thank you.